please?
My name is Lottie Bostock and I am 39 and from Shurston in North Wiltshire. Josh, as everybody seems to know now, was missing and presumed stolen. And he is just one of the most gentle horses. We've termed him as a gentle giant, and I think that's really quite apt because he stands at 17 2 hands high, which is about 6 foot to his withers. And he could not be more mild and gorgeous tempered. He is one for cuddles, and he's just a true gent. And as you can imagine, we were devastated when we couldn't find him. So Josh went missing. We last saw him on Tuesday the 19th of May at about 5 o'clock when he was checked. The following morning was actually my birthday, and I went to go and do ponies, which we had in a different field. And I noticed that the horses had split into two groups, one side of the valley and the other side of the valley. There was lots of whinnying and commotion, and I thought naively, well, how lovely a birthday present that my boys have come to say hello to me. But actually, in hindsight, I think they were, well, I know they were trying to say something was up, Mum. Could you come and check it out? And we noticed that he was missing probably about lunchtime that day, and started searching the farm, which in total is only probably about 100 acres, so it wouldn't have taken too long to go around. And I just had this thought that we would find him. You know, he can't have gone far. He's a big horse. And so we searched and searched, and came up with absolutely nothing. And I suppose you immediately default to the worst case scenario, that he's been stolen if you can't find him. So we were looking and called the police, reported him as lost, missing, stolen. And then that really sort of then geared up to the big search party that we had last Saturday. Literally, the thickets that we have on the farm are, by their very nature, thick. I mean, they are dense undergrowth. So we sent dogs in, and nothing was found. And so at that point, we were definitely, well, in hindsight, it was a bit silly, but we just assumed that he had been stolen. So how we found Josh, gosh, it was yesterday, Saturday, 30th of May, and Hayley Godwin, who lives just on the back of our farm over in Luckington. She has a farm over there. And she had been extraordinary. She had walked the 2-3 miles to get to our farm in order to look for Josh with her dogs, and had come every day, and had searched, and something drew her to the top of the cliff, and she heard a noise that was much like a snort of a horse, and she said it will haunt her, because she just couldn't. She was like, no, this cannot be that there is a horse in where he was found, which was just ridiculously dense. And she went down a precipitous slope and looked in and saw 4 legs, and came running up to the house and said, "You've just got to come." I guess goosebumps thinking about it now. And he was in this thicket that just, it begged belief how a horse that size could have got in. And obviously he's going to get stuck, because it was dark, it was just extraordinary. And it was brilliant. Anthony Tuck, again a local farmer, and his wife Renee came with cutting gear. My husband Guy came with his chainsaw. At the time we didn't want to use chainsaws, but we thought we might have to because it would scare him. We didn't. It was just a painstaking process. It took about an hour to actually even get to the place where he was. Again, up a precipitous slope, and just cutting a path to get to him, and then cutting him free. And he had some brambles that were stuck across his feet and his legs. So he's got superficial wounds, but nothing that we can't, make sure that they're fine in a couple of days' time. And he was just so stoic. He stood there, and he was scared, but he was stoic, and he stood there and he waited very patiently for us to clear the way, and he got out. And I'm probably going to start crying. Just extraordinary. And the most amazing day. Really wonderful.